Welcome, everybody, to another episode of our yet-to-be-named Wide Right betting show. My camera's off. Look at that. Our Wide Right gambling show. Returning again is myself, Levi Stevenson, Matthias Schwarzkopf, Jacob England, and Austin Keeney. How's it going, everybody?
I'm feeling pretty good.
I'm broke.
Yeah. Matthias has 2 broken legs and a broke-ass wallet because he lost all of his units last week.
I'm feeling pretty good.
There you go. As always, we're going to be doing our gambling no, it's not even advice. It's just our picks. All sponsored by DRF Sportsbook. That's where we're pulling all of our odds from. You can sign up today with DRF Sportsbook and use code WRNL 300 to receive a 100% deposit match up to $300, minimum $100. So I mean, that's, you put in $150, they'll give you an extra $150 to play with. So definitely a pretty good deal there. Give DRF a try, and you can get a pretty good deal on your sign up there too. So as I said, we're going to be using DRF odds for the whole show. Yeah, let's get it on rolling. So the first order of business here is Iowa State's games this week. Last week, obviously, Matthias put all his house money on Iowa State winning, and that went extremely poorly as Iowa State
I held up my end of the bargain. There on the end of the floor.
Completely blown out at Carver Hawkeye Arena. But let's look forward to the next week. So we've got Western Michigan this coming Sunday, the 18th, and then Nebraska-Omaha Wednesday, December 21st. So Iowa State is a 21-point favorite against Western Michigan and a 22-point favorite against Nebraska-Omaha. I guess, guys, are you looking at, I mean, do you guys see an issue with covering either of those spreads? Is there either of those that worries you? You think I mean, it's 20-something points for a team that struggles on offense. So I guess I'm kind of curious what your guys' thoughts were on the way down. What do you guess, Matthias, where are you at?
Well, they didn't have any trouble covering against
McNeese State
on Sunday. So
Yep.
It's just like these lower end schools that they play, it's like, you know, we may struggle to score, but they're also equally as bad at defense and offense. You know, obviously, like the North Dakota game is an outlier. They struggled for a lot of that game. I don't even think they even end up covering.
I don't know.
Anyways, I'm covering both games. I don't even care.
Jacob?
I'm gonna cover. I might do the under on it, but I'm covering for both. They're gonna make it.
Let's see. I don't know if we
Now,
have.
when I say I'm going to cover, I'm not betting the house like I did last week. All right.
Right. So the current over under for Western Michigan, you know, we don't have it yet, but if you look at like Ken Palm, which is generally in the neighborhood, you're looking at a 129 over under. So it's, you know, for an Iowa State game, maybe a little on the high end, but not too bad. Austin, where are you at?
I'm looking at both unders because these lower end schools that we play, they're going to have a tough time breaking 50 points on our defense.
It seems like they're going to have hard time holding up their end of the bargain of hitting that over.
Yeah, we're going to suffocate them. These bad teams, they can't score on us. I'd take both unders, and I would be stunned if they both lose. So I think we're going minimum 1-1.
Yeah, I'm with you there too. I'm taking covers on both of them, and I'll take the unders on both of them. Just like you guys, I don't see how Western Michigan or Nebraska, unless they get hot from 3 or something like that, I don't see them holding up their end of that where they to cover any of this stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a believer in those because it's the last 2 games here before Big 12 play starts up. Iowa State's going to be looking to get a little in better shape offensively. Trey King's going to be finally playing. Who even knows what that looks like as far as defensive rotations or if he can be a scorer, whatever it is. Who even knows what any of that looks like. So we're going to see a little bit of experimentation with new lineups, something like that the next couple weeks as Trey King works his way into the rotation. But either way, I don't think Western Michigan and Omaha are going to be enough to kind of keep this thing rolling. All right, so let's move into our national games. We each pick one, and kind of each pick our best bet from this week from anything that's not Iowa State basketball for the next week. So let's start with Austin. What's your pick?
All right, I'm going to the NFL on Sunday. Bears Eagles over. Right now I see the total is 48.5. I came in with a stat. The over is hit in the last 7 Bears games. So their defense is bad. Philly's offense is rolling. Can I get Justin Fields to score 20 points against Philly? I think we can. I like the over 48.5.
Like that. Jacob.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Baltimore Ravens versus the Cleveland Browns. And I'm going to take the Ravens to cover. I mean, hope to God that they don't blow another lead. And then total points is 38.5. I'm going to go with an under on that.
Interesting.
You don't sound scarred at all by the Ravens blowing leads at all.
I was gonna say, like you said, yeah. So you.
It just
sounds like you've been down a rabbit hole there.
You know how many times they've seen it? I've seen it on Facebook, just going down the lead after lead after lead. It's like, oh dear God, here we go.
Yeah. All right, Matthias, what do you got?
Right. So I'm gonna toss out 2 here really quick, just because I know I gotta get some Justin Fields props in there. But we'll start with Brock Purdy real quick and the Niners. 3.5-point favorites going into Seattle on Thursday night on Amazon Prime. Seahawks were playing pretty well to start the season and haven't played as well late. And Brock Purdy magic is here to stay, folks. So give me the 49ers to cover by 3.5. And probably went outright. It's
the tricky, the hard part about that game, like again, picking against the Niners is that their defense is so good. They lost Debo, so that's not good. They still got Christian McCaffrey, Brandon Ayuk. Yeah. I mean, they've still got plenty of playmakers on that. George Kittle. I mean, they've got 100 other playmakers. Plus, that defense is ridiculously good.
Kyle Shane.
I hate your pick. I'm sorry.
Why?
You hate it?
Why?
Because that's a square pick. Everybody saw the Niners beat the crap out of the Bucs. Like, oh, I'm going to ride with the Niners again. This has all the makings of, like, somehow Seattle loses the game by a field goal. They cover by the hook. That's just, I think Seattle is
okay. Well, that's still a win-win for me.
No, it's not.
Brock Purdy wins, and I lose money.
Hey, yeah. You're gonna talk to your loan sharks and put all your money back down to make up your money?
No, because here's what I'm gonna put all my money on. Right, the Justin Fields rushing total. No matter what it is, it's probably gonna land somewhere between like 75 and 85. Maybe it's not up on the sports book yet because it will be there Friday or Saturday, but whatever it is, hit the over on it because you want to know who leads the NFL in attempt and what it is. Justin Fields, 7.1 yards per attempt, and that's also the highest in NFL history so far. There's a stat for you.
Like among quarterbacks?
Anyone. Ever.
Huh. Interesting.
Boom.
Yeah, that's good. That's good for the over, yeah. I like that.
Also, when you rush, like, get 50-yard runs every, like, a pop and, like, don't run the rest of the game, that usually helps.
Right, yeah. My best bet for this week is going to be the Absolute Sickos Committee game over here with the Cardinals and Broncos. The Broncos are 3.5-point favorites. I'm going to take the Broncos to cover, primarily in the back of one, the Cardinals have not been very good this year, but two, Kyler Murray has a torn ACL, which means he is done, and he is about the only thing the Cardinals ever have to hope for on offense of doing anything. The Broncos are terrible, but the Cardinals just got worse somehow. So I'm going to take the Broncos to cover that. It's actually just 3 points. I'm going to take them to cover that 3 points.
Disregarding DeAndre.
I mean, I guess, but who's going to throw it to him?
Colt McCoy, baby.
Yeah. Woohoo. All right. So to finish it up for today, let's go over our bet for the week. So last week we all got hammered real bad. So the only one to win was Jacob on the Jets covering 9.5 points. Just squeaked it out, but he got it. So he won.
What's gonna happen?
Won 140 unit series up to 140. I lost my Chiefs parlay because they blew a huge lead. I would have covered that parlay, and I got screwed. Austin, unfortunate on the double overtime Service Academy game, so he lost out in his under there. And Matthias dumped all of his money into Iowa State winning that game, and it obviously went extremely poorly.
Probably saw me get dunked on.
Yeah. Shout out DRF for absolutely dunking on Matthias. the entire weekend, basically. Yeah. Fantastic. So he keeps cutting out at the most hilarious times.
No, I whispered that because I swore. I don't know if that's.
All right, so give me your picks for this week. We'll start with our leader, Jacob. What are you putting your money on, and what and how much?
I am gonna. This is gonna hurt me. This is gonna hurt me. I am gonna go with the Baltimore Ravens to cover, and I'm gonna put 50 on it.
Put 50 on Ravens to cover. Okay. I am actually going to up my ante on my best bet for this week, and I'm actually going to take a parlay on the Broncos covering 3.5 and the under hitting at 36.5. So Broncos covering and under 36.5 is at plus 215. I'm going to I'll throw another 30 on there. Yeah, I'll throw 30 on there. Austin, what do you got?
I'm going to tread carefully because bowl season is weird, but bowl season starts this weekend. I'm excited. I'm looking at the Wasabi Fenway Bowl. So talk about sick. Louisville, Cincinnati. Scott Satterfield just left Louisville to be the new coach at Cincinnati. Do you think Louisville is going to be motivated to beat Cincinnati? And they're a 1-point favorite. So I'll take Louisville. Like I said, it's a bowl, so let's get weird. 25 units on Louisville to cover the 1 point. Or, you know what, just give me money line. I'll be like minus 120 on the money line. So Louisville to win the game. By the way, Louisville's interim coach is Dion Branch.
Huh.
And I don't think he was on their staff before the bowl game. I tried to look it up. I could not find him on their staff.
So he's just there.
Dion Branch.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, that Dion Branch.
Super Bowl
Yes.
MVP, Patriots wide receiver Dion Branch.
He's like, guys, I got you guys.
Plucked out of nowhere to coach the bowl game. I love it.
There you go. Matthias, you have no money, but
I borrowed 5 units. Is that like a thing? Can I do that?
you can borrow 10 units.
10 units? All right, give me 10 units on the Justin Fields over.
Justin Fields rushing total. Okay. And what's his rushing? What's his rushing total?
Don't know.
Don't know yet. Okay. So whatever it is, Justin Fields rushing total. Matthias is taking the over.
Justin Fields never failed me yet.
There you go. So those are our picks for the week. So to recap, Jake's taking 50 on the Ravens to cover. I'm taking 30 on the Broncos to cover and hit the under. Keeney's taking Louisville money line, 25, and Matthias taking 10 on the Justin Fields rushing over. So that'll wrap it up for this week. We'll see you guys again next week, and hopefully we don't get absolutely pounded on these bets again. Well, Matthias might. If he does, we're gonna be taking other limbs off. Besides
the
his
Bears
legs.
are gonna lose by like 30. So
right,
yeah.
All right, everybody. For Matthias, Jacob, and Austin, everybody, thank you for tuning in. We'll catch you guys again next time.